With all the white pills raining down on 40k recently with only men and molding black library authors, I figured it was time to spread the love around a little bit and point out that even in Star Wars and Marvel, we are winning. And don't take my word for it, take the opposition's word for it. The shortest sign of victory on the battlefield tends to be when your enemy's panicking, after all. You'll have to excuse the twice in a row arch on waffle video, by the way. Usually I prefer to respond to articles like this in a live reaction style kind of way, but as is becoming a bit of a pattern, when the wokists start losing, they equivocate a lot. Hence, this is a long-ass article, so I'll be picking out the interesting snippets. Starting with the title, "Let's all stop ignoring the fandom menace, it's real, and it's winning." Well, isn't that just sweet music to my ears? It makes all of those ungodly hours spent watching ObiWan Kenobi, I'll save my soul, worth it if even just one person realizes the sheer magnitude of Disney Plus's violation of Star Wars as a whole, and their genuine burning desire to tear down every single character within its canon, reducing Leia Organa to an insufferable child, written as the personal persona of a 30-something Californian, making sure that Obi-Wan Kenobi lets Darth Vader live whilst he has him at his mercy, making sure that Obi-Wan's hands are nicely stained in the blood of everyone Vader is going to kill henceforth. But Star Wars is not actually the initial target of the article. It spends some time referring to the fans of these franchises as cancer cells, because these are wokists we deal with here, and dehumanization is pretty much written into their DNA at this point, before moving on to complaining about the review scores of the Miss Marvel TV show, which is currently sitting pretty at a 6.1 star rating on IMDb. Now, luckily, thank God, Miss Marvel was airing at right around the same time as Kenobi, so I had an excuse to not watch that thing because, oh Jesus, Kenobi was bad enough. I am not watching a modern-day wokeist Marvel show on top of that, no matter how much you enjoy watching me suffer. And 6.1 sounds about right for a current-year Marvel show, honestly, though the author does point out something rather interesting, that whilst it's 6.1 on IMDb, it actually has an 82% positive score on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, a lot of this is, of course, because shows like this are a battleground of the culture war, which is why you see the ratings divided between either 10 stars or 1 stars. Pretty much only, though to be fair, that's not so much an effect of the culture war as more of the, general extremity of user-generated reviews, which tend to either be extraordinarily critical or extraordinarily flattering, one or the other. But here's the interesting question. Okay, so Miss Marvel, 82% positive score on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not bad. Now, it's a Marvel show, a huge budget superhero show, so it's not great either, but it's no disaster. However, it is indeed weird why the reviews vary so greatly from Rotten Tomatoes to IMDb. Well, here's the thing. Rotten Tomatoes has in the past been known for, editorializing just a pinch, making sure that shows or movies they like get preferential treatment, and even outright deleting some reviews. So how about we have a quick little look at the actual reviews. 1 star, 2 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 3 stars, 1 star, 1 star, full score, 2 stars, 2 stars, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, full score, 2 stars, 3 stars, full score, full score. Interesting. This is an 82% positive, is it? 1 star, almost full score, 1 star, 1 star, 3 stars, full score, almost full score, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 2, full, 1, almost full, 2, 1, full, 1. There seems to be at least a 1-star review for every full score review, and if I was to be entirely honest, it looks like there's a hell of a lot more negative reviews than there are positive ones. That's mightily suspicious right there. What if we head on over to the IMDb page? Can we see some similarities there maybe? Let's look at the most helpful reviews. 4 stars, 2 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 star, 5 star, 1 star, 3, 8, 2, 9. Oh, that's a pretty good one. That's a nice one so far. 3, 1, 8, 9, 4, 2, 1, 3, 4. You know, this is looking like pretty much the exact same mix, honestly. A lot of ones, overwhelmingly ones, but with some high ones in between. So, if I was to explain the suspicious nature of the large deviation in reviews, I might be pointing a finger at Rotten Tomatoes. Granted, that is nothing more than good old-fashioned cold hard speculation, but hey, it's pretty much what Salon is going to be doing as well. As what is Salon's explanation for all this? Well, racism, of course. Oh, no surprises there. Literally parroting the Disney marketing campaign word for word, where the moment there is some backlash, Moses Ingram is receiving hateful threats, don't you know? Oh, she's deleted them already? Well, you're just gonna have to trust us that she was totally receiving them. Oh, no, and by the way, we told her to be on the lookout for that because we knew it was coming. Yes. I imagine that after having watched the first few episodes, you were pretty damn sure you'd be receiving some abuse, all right. But the reasoning sticks deeper than so, because you see, it is the fault of those damned filthy YouTubers again. As the jealousy of the written word journalist once again rears its ugly head. Ah yes, it is things like Geeks Plus Gamers or The Quartering. Jeremy has become the Voldemort of the general anti-geekdom community. He is to them what I am to 40k, Voldemort. Except, hey, they at least still mention his name. So, I guess I rank slightly over my buddy Jeremy in that regard, at least. But they are the ones who are doing this, you see. They are guiding the hate mob to review bomb movies, and then they're using this as evidence to prove that the movies are bombing. That's some hardcore post hoc ergo proctor hoc right there. Granted, I can't speak for all other YouTubers, but I've been watching television shows and watching games and watching woke's general invasion on this thing for a while now, and there certainly seemed to be a bit of a red thread running through it all, a commonality amongst it, to the point where a lot of us can now look at a show, look at the poster and go, yeah, that's probably going to turn out to be shit, and voila! It's weird. It's almost as if there are some easily identifiable commonalities in a lot of them, but oh well, details. Besides, again, I'm not even arguing that we're not having an effect. We are, but hey, it's coming across as a little bit of a hollow critique here, doesn't it? As we've got a journo on a website going, damn those evil popular YouTubers. They're having an influence on thing, whereas I, writing out my silly articles, am apparently not achieving diddly dick nothing other than losing, in their own words. What can I say? You wasted a lot of time and money on journalist school. My condolences, I guess. But since this is a wokist article, of course, we must then move on to, as usual, watch the author immediately swipe the legs out from beneath his own point, as he claims that the average viewer and moviegoer and entertainment journalist hasn't been paying any attention to these evil YouTubers, even whilst their shows are bombing and major producers like Netflix are disavowing the wokies within their ranks. As I mentioned previously, within the socialist worldview, the enemy must be all-powerful and also completely incompetent at the same time, at all times. The article goes on to gripe about the usual misogyny, sexism, racism, yada yada, the great replacement theory, which has apparently made its way into Marvel TV shows now. Which I do find rather amusing. It even brings up the question, but hold on there. If this is all racism, why are so many other, as you dehumanizingly again like to call them, marginalized characters from the various shows not lambasted and attacked, and only the incredibly poorly written and acted characters the one under attack? Well, you see, it's because those other minority characters, well, they're more established, and white supremacy has a great deal of respect for established minorities. It's all lunacy, of course, as the reason why I absolutely loathe ObiWan Kenobi, and why I am shocked and disappointed, frankly, to see it have merely as low as 7.1 of a rating on IMDb, which... Good God, are you serious? Only 5.6% of you gave that a 1-star review? I am deeply disappointed, but not as disappointed as the 20% who thought it was a perfect show, because my God, ObiWan Kenobi has a lot of problems beyond even Moses Ingram. She did an incredibly poor job as Reva. Now, whether or not that is because she's genuinely a bad actress, or because she was given shit to work with, I don't know. I haven't watched any of her previous performances, or if I have, I can't remember them. But one bad actress does not make an ObiWan Kenobi. It has much bigger problems than that. Here, just off the top of my head, let me rant for a little bit about some of the worst things in the show, beginning with Obi-Wan letting Darth Vader live. God damn, I hate that so very, very much. As Darth Vader is Darth Vader at that point. His Padawan, Anakin, is long gone, and he makes that blindingly clear. The only thing in front of Obi-Wan Kenobi is Darth Vader, the Sith Lord, and he has no reason whatsoever to let him live, other than, I guess, that Darth Vader let Obi-Wan live 3 times previously. In other words, plot contrivance. Leia Organa. Oh God, I could go on at length about Leia, but one of my biggest pet peeves is the fact that the director said, literally, that he always thought it was damnably unfair that Obi-Wan was only looking over Luke, whereas Leia, the poor Alderaanian princess living a life of absolute luxury and power, sleeping every day in a massive silk bed, was protected by one of the most powerful senators in the Imperium. She had to live such a hard life, even as we see Luke sitting on the ground on Tatooine, fixing machinery, dirty and hungry. Oh yes, there's the problem. And the enforcement of Leia into the story to become Obi-Wan's hope, because Obi-Wan has completely given up all hope despite being sent to Tatooine specifically to look over Luke and contact Qui-Gon Jinn by Yoda. Obi-Wan Kenobi has a hope. His hope is Luke Skywalker. He is the future they are trying to protect. Obi-Wan hasn't fled to Tatooine. He isn't looking over Luke because of shits and giggles. This is his plan. This is the savior of the Republic and the restoration of balance. He doesn't need Leia, the annoying child actress, to be, oh, Obi-Wan, I think you're just swell. Oh, and the Organas. Organa calling up Obi-Wan on the space telephone, putting Obi-Wan and Luke in tremendous danger, is just the beginning of the shit-stained cake, as after having been told to go the hell away and watch over his charge instead of interfering with Obi-Wan's job, Organa goes to Tatooine. An Imperial official travels to Tatooine out of nowhere, endangering Obi-Wan and Luke to an even greater extent. There's a reason why, when Leia's looking for Obi-Wan in the first Star Wars movie, she didn't just ring him up on the space telephone. And Obi-Wan decides to pay Organa back as well by going to Alderaan in person in broad daylight on a landing platform in the middle of the city. Oh my Jesus. How many people do you think saw the Organas going out to meet a very Jedi-looking old man stepping out of the transport plane? If the Imperium needed a reason to bomb the planet, I guess it was very nice of Obi-Wan to give it to them. I mean, it comes across half as a threat. Organa, if you contact me again, bitch, I'm gonna make sure there's journalists next time. The list goes on for quite some time. For quite some time. And this, incidentally, Salon, is why you feel that you are losing. Because simply blaming racism for everything, well, when the shows are this bad, simply crying wolf for the 992nd time just doesn't work like it once used to. But hey, on the bright side, even though the race hustle might be coming to an end, you could always just pick up YouTube. After all, if all it takes to become successful is rip on Star Wars and be racist, I'm sure you'll have no problems. And if that turns out to be too difficult, well, you can just continue making articles and videos like this, because I, for one, find them very heartening. Until next time, thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. And remember, we are winning. Keep doing what you do. Have a good day.